Bienvenido, BIGJAY, escape a República Dominicana. Hasta pronto, papi.
Big J, take one.
So this is Big J Escape to the Dominican Republic, back with part 2 with my man G, and he's just gonna hey, give you some gems. As I said, those who can take stuff from away from here, great. If you can't, don't leave me no dumb comments, please. Do not. I want to hear from Madam. Oh, I knew that already. He's not telling us nothing new. Allow that. This is for people that need the gems, and this is for people that don't know. If you know, keep that shush, right? I don't want to, honestly, because there's too much man's coming in the comments saying, oh, he ain't saying nothing. Remember, there's a saying, there's a fool born every day, okay? So we're trying to save that person from being a fool. So if you know, keep it to yourself. Keep your dumb comments to yourself. These are for those who don't know. Anyway, drop your science, brother.
Yeah, so I think we were talking about the UK, right?
Yes.
So basically, I mean, growing up in the UK, we both know bad weather, miserable fucking people. Everybody wears black like they're going to a fucking funeral, which everyone does, especially in the city when they're going to work. You know what I mean? The city workers, they yell them. I'm not disrespecting the girl, but they don't want to give a piece of the piece of the meat. You know what I mean? And then it's like you have to roll over like Fido the dog and play and woof and forget a little thing and then Thai food and bar and this before you can get a pumps. Whereas here, the women are about love. They're about giving that love, and they know what a man. They want to make sure the man is good, the man feel good, and the man gets his thing because it's their duty as a woman to make a man feel like a man, because that's important to a Latin woman. Yeah. Whereas where we're from now, them use it as a weapon.
Oh yes.
Which is an idiot thing, because that's only that. What that happens is you make man splurge and get next, That's what happens to man who's a gialist. Now let me show you something. See, I'm a man from 1966. You see me? So when I come up in England, I was born in the north of England. I wasn't born in London,
Right, okay.
So I'm from up north.
Up north.
When I grow up, we grew up as cocksman. We used to wear gebichi, Farah pants, and put the little kerchief in my back pocket. And, you know, Pierre Cardin shoes, and we go look girl. So here what happened now. Here's what the problem is. See, them days we'd go and check girl. When I lived in Toronto, we used to mac girl.
Okay, the Americans
so we used to be macking. You know what I mean?
Talk to girl,
so we used to go and talk to a woman. What has happened, a lot of men, they cut out all that. When they come here, they short circuit everything and just go straight to the pumps.
Right.
And sex, right? Whereas with me here, because I speak the language, I can woo a woman if I want. Well, I'm in a relationship, but if I was single guy back in the day, I would woo a girl. I'd be able to take her out for something to eat, some seafood or whatever, lobster, shrimp, whatever they want to eat, and sit down and have a conversation. Talk to her, who are you? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Can we meet again? We go somewhere else and we start to build something. You understand what I'm saying? Before I even get down to
But you see, this is the thing as well, like when I'm gonna digress. When you do talk to certain brothers and they say, oh, you know,
but that's what you did back
that
in your
Dominican woman, oh, she cooks, she cleans, she does everything for me, and I'm like,
but some women do that in your own country.
But the women do that with their eyes shut. They do that anyway. So
because women know their place. Women
special.
here know, because women want to be women here. They don't want to challenge you as a man. They don't want that. See, where we're from, a woman wants to drive the same whip as you. The woman wants to make the same money as you or more than you, and she wants to have the pumps and the balls. Here they don't want that. They want to be as feminine as possible.
It's funny you should say that, because I was.
That's why when they dress and they put themselves together, it's like this attraction. You can't not ignore them because they look great. They look absolutely stunning. I'm not saying that they're doing it in a provocative way to get everyone's attention. They just want to be feminine and look feminine.
I realized that within the culture, Dominican women, it's like having a husband or having a boyfriend. It's like, I wouldn't say a rites to passive, but it's almost
the be all and end all.
It's like a flamboyant. I've got my disposal.
And by a certain time in life, you're supposed to have your kid, and then you got your husband and your house. So you see,
there's a lot of single, mature women here.
Well, there's a lot, because you see, at the end of the day, it's a culture. It's a Catholic country. Abortions here are illegal. first of all, so that's why it's not picnic. Abortions are illegal here. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Right, it's illegal. So basically what I'm saying is there's certain levels that a woman has to achieve. So they all try to form that family. That's why you end up seeing a lot of kids, women with single mothers with children. Because a guy comes in, sweeps them off their feet, takes their heart, she loves him, she falls in love, she has a child with him. And then from there, hopefully they believe that they will get married to that guy. And then the guy splurts or he runs when she's just pregnant. And then you'll have some brothers that will come in from some other part of the world and she'll like him, fall with him. And he's there picking up the responsibility of another man drunk. And I'm not into that. Me and man breed, girl. I don't watch next man's picnic. That's not my narrative. But no problem if the next man wants to do that. But me personally, I don't do that. I have 5 youths and all of them know who I am. You understand me? With my name, everything. But every man to his own. You understand? No disrespect to a man that wants to do that. Every man to his own narrative. But I'm just giving you the scenario of how it works here. Yeah? But the ideology is that that's the woman's dream. So become a young mother and then get married. Because every woman here wants to have a wedding.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the be all and end all. And at Christmas time, you know, at Christmas, they all.
So you haven't experienced it yet.
So let me explain. Okay. So at Christmas time, everyone goes to a photo studio and they put on nice clothes with them and their daughter and their son, and they take pictures for Christmas, and then you post it on their Instagram and Facebook and their WhatsApp profile and Snapchat. Everyone does it because they love Christmas. They're family oriented. It's a family oriented country. They love family here.
So moving on, going back, well not even moving on, going back to the, we were talking about the whole UK thing offline.
Yeah.
I've told a lot of brothers about Dominican Republic. And I can tell you first for only one brother, my Rasta bedroom came with me.
I remember, back in the day.
February gone. And he loved it. He loved it. He loved it. But I've been trying to tell brothers that, look, come over, it's a beautiful country. But yet again, they want to be stuck in these senseless relationships. And like you said something off camera. You said to me, do you want to die that way? Because listen, this ain't a dress rehearsal. It's not.
A lot of people will, because there's always going to be an excuse. Look, you and I know, and I'm gonna say this live.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people can get pissed in the UK, but why? You're not business.
No, say it how it is, man. Look, I think, and this is no disrespect. Listen, this is no
business.
Listen, respect to my American cousins. I love to call you my American cousins, you know, but we have a big problem in the UK. So, I mean, if it does, you know, project to you, if you can relate, then cool. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, it's a universal thing, but we're talking to the UK brothers out there that's watching this. Yeah?
I'm going to give them the fuckery.
Yeah,
just give them the fuckery. So listen, in the UK, yeah, nobody wants to say this, but I'm going to tell you the fuckery. So in the UK, you're going to have enough relationships, yeah? Yeah. Enough. People living together, everything. Mortgage, possibly paid off. But guess what? Nobody's grinding.
Facts.
She's in that room, he's in that room, and yet they're still going to work, working for council, rated, whatever.
Facts.
Boom.
Facts.
But they're not grinding. But yet they're just holding up a front for the outside world.
Facts.
And I know that single room thing run hard in England. Let me tell you.
It does.
That's why the council tax man say, yo, gotta charge you a blood rent for that spare room.
It's true.
Because it run hard in England.
It does.
And I'm not just talking black people, you know, white people too.
White people too. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That single room, that separate room business runs hard. And I'm sure the American brothers have the same problem.
Oh, yeah.
They're there living in that yard. They're when you see them outside, oh, they look so cute, they're happy. But yet they're not grinding. They're not getting no sex in that yard. A separate bedroom. All in the bathroom. He don't even go in the bathroom with his wife. He's like, she's in one bathroom, he's in the other one. Yeah? And nothing's going on. You understand me? So them same Monday is coming down here. Them same Mondays coming down here.
So what would you say to our UK cousins that haven't been? What would you say to them?
This is
if you, I know well right, so before we go any further, G's a very private man, so that's why you haven't seen him on camera, so obviously I've got to respect the man's privacy and not put him on camera, so just in case, why is this man? No, he's a private man, so he's giving me his time to tell his story, so just respect that. So, what would you say to the UK man?
Well, life is this is a one movie, no sequel. This is not, no repeats. This is a one show.
Of course, it is.
One
Definitely
event, yeah. So
definitely is.
you live one life. So I believe if you're not happy with somebody, you and them are not making it together, and the love is
dark.
Gone, get out.
Get out.
Leave. Tie up everything. Finish up everything. Separate.
That's why I walked out my
some happiness before your final days. Yeah?
I agree.
Because I didn't really touch on this topic, but growing up in England, I left England back in the early 90s. Okay. I realized what happened was, my story is very simple. I got family also in Toronto, Canada.
Right. Same
so I went on a little, I went for Caribana. Actually, the Caribana is like the London Carnival.
Okay.
Equivalent.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's mad.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Mad thing. Anyway, so I went there, my cousins, everything. Man, I said, what the hell is this? Yeah. This was like Ladbroke Grove on steroids. So I was like, and it was like Brixton on steroids. So I was like, and the girl them were fine. And the women, the thing I liked over there, the girl them, they were a mix of all that. You got the Trini, you had the Yardie, you had the St. Lucians, you had the Catetians, you had all these different, and it's like you had all in the Caribbean and they were all in pockets. So you could always go in there, the Jamaican Chinese girl, them, you had everything. You know what I mean? It was lovely. And then you had the Brazilians, you had the Italians, you had the Puerto Ricans. It was like the whole globe of the world was given to me on a plate.
Wow.
So I went there with my brethren, and I said, you know what, I'm going to live here. So I asked my dad, I said, Dad, look, you know what, I'd love to come and try and go there, but how can I go back? Could you talk to your brother? So his brother filed papers for me, and I went.
Wow.
Early 90s, I left and I moved there. And then, man, I got a job straight away. I worked for, what was the first job? I worked for Accent Corporation, which was a telecommunications company. That was the first job that I got. And then, here's the funny thing. Everywhere I went, and I says, oh, hello, good afternoon. How you doing? You all right? Yeah. Can I get some of that water? Where's the toilets? And the girl would be like, just keep talking, just talk to me, just cut. So then I knew I could buoy them off. So then I was knocking down buildings, literally, on a daily basis at work, outside of work, everywhere I went, knocking down buildings. It was just, I was having it off.
The English accent.
I was having it off big time, man. I'll tell you, I was taking the piss, right? So anyway, going through that little thing now, then I bumped up with a brethren of mine named Michael Charles. God rest his soul. He was a promoter. This guy used to bring all the big ball players. This is the first time I saw Shaq, Kobe, and the other guy from the Chicago Bulls. And he brought him to a place called Sammy's Exchange downtown. And that's when I first got into being a promoter with this guy. We became friends. And what he did, he kind of used me for being an English guy with an English accent. I used to make the commercials, and he used to draw crowds in because people want to hear me talk on the mic. So anyway, that's the first time I saw Shaq and the man in a party. It was at Sammy's Exchange downtown in Toronto. So that was a hit, you know what I mean? And then from there, I kind of went through, did my little work and thing, day job and all that stuff. Then I moved on to Primus Canada. I met a guy called Mark Anthony. Hail up Mark, big up Mark. Wayne, I met George Finn. These are all big DJs in Toronto. Still DJs. Back then, man, used to bring Funkmaster Flex, Hooker and Dawn from Buffalo. They'd come to Toronto. It was mad thing. And then, of course, meet a woman and thing. I go already, settle down, boom, marriage and thing. The rare. And we all go through one time, right? Jamaican, China, born over there, some Chris and thing. So we went through that. And then, for some reason, Bridget, our friend says, you should try out Dominican Republic. It's a great place. It was like way back in the early, so we went over here and we had a vacation. And
you said you've been coming here for 15 years? Yeah.
Came here when my daughter was like just about 1.
So you see, when you come here, some people are going to want to know. It was the first place you went was Sosua.
I actually stayed at Casa Marina in Sosua.
I know where that is.
It's a hotel, it's still there. Casa Marina. We stayed there. It's the first time I ever came here.
So, what was Sosua like when you first? Because people say it's changed. They say it's changed. What was your experience when you went there 14 years ago?
It was
because from
busy.
what I heard, but before you even go, what I heard is that there was actually no pay for play. Women would actually want to stay with you for the weekend and give you that girlfriend experience.
Well, I'll tell you,
That's what I heard.
I never really got the full flex because I didn't stay. I wasn't alone. And then what it was, she left kind of because we couldn't get the same flights because of schedules. She came 2 days earlier. So I was left 2 days on my own.
Yeah.
But those 2 days, I got busy. You understand me? I got busy. And those 2 days, I just met this girl, and yo, I flipped. Olga de la Cruz. I'll never forget the name. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Listen,
that must have been some good underneath. He didn't even remember
listen,
the
name is still in my brain to this day. I'm going back like 2000 and blood clot 3. That was it. Man couldn't stop coming back and forth here. In the end, Dolly else get bombed out. It happened. But moving aside from that, I don't have to run that on here. But the thing was, I realized that this back then, going back to the time period I was talking about. You didn't really have to pay for play. You could actually have found a woman over there that liked you. Because I found one. In the 2 days I'd left here, I actually found somebody that wasn't on the pay for play team, but she never had no use or nothing. She was working in a gift shop.
So do you think that, saying that because you came here 14 years.
There were more places to go too.
Do you think that it was the man, because obviously I wasn't here, so I wasn't here. But do you think that the man them spoiled him?
Well,
by bringing the flossy attitude.
Well, I would say that every man to his own.
Or do you just think that it was just an involvement?
I think that every man to his own. I think if you're going to show paper, then people are going to come looking for the paper. It's up to you. You show something like that, they're going to want to come for it. But again, it's a certain narrative. A certain narrative is going to be portrayed by people who are looking for a certain type of style of girl. So that all goes with the type of woman you look for. The flossing is because you're trying to attract somebody. If you're a guy just come down here and you know the language, you don't need to do all that. There's a lot of guys that come here that are, for example, Puerto Ricans.
Sorry people, I've got a whole load of mosquitoes yamming me right now, and I've just waved it, and like 10 of them. So they're yamming up my legs. So forward.
So you got a lot of guys that come here that are all Latino, but they're not probably from here. They're from different countries, and they're killing it down here because they get that full proper boyfriend experience because they speak the language. I've met guys here that are from Puerto Rico. I've met guys from Chile, from Peru, and they got girls here. Italians, guys from Spain, and they get the proper. It's only because of language, because they can actually have a proper conversation. They can communicate, and some of them even have children to the girls here. And they still go back home.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And they still go back home to their world and everything. And then when they come back, they're a couple again and everything's cool and boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. There's so many different scenarios. It's very difficult to try and pigeonhole everybody into one circle. You follow me? So,
we have two sets of guys. And I've met two sets of guys. I've met guys that want to come to sosua to get their leg over, and like we both said, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And then we have the guys them that are trying to look for their queen. Would you encourage them, the guys that are looking for their queen? Would you encourage them to go? Where would you tell them to go? If a guy's coming right now, he's getting ready to come, he doesn't know anything about. Hold on, he doesn't know anything about Dominican Republic. He's just hearing the story. Go to and he's thinking, you know what, I want to go there because that's not the type of woman I want. But he's been watching a load of vlogs and stuff like that. What cities would you tell him to go to?
Well, first of all, scratch this, so I would never tell anyone to go there, personally.
Right.
So that place would never come out of my mouth to anybody as a recommendation. It's a business place. You purchase, you buy, and you go. So if you're into buying things and purchasing articles and objects, that's where you should go.
So if you're into the stock exchange, that's your place.
That's your narrative. Right. That's where you should go for business. Right? If you're looking for something stable, go anywhere else. And you pick a city, you find good people, you find great women. In all walks of life, they are here. And let me tell you something, the age group, so listen, you can find some at 45, and let me tell you, she'll mash up any girl you see at 21.
No, that's real talk.
I've seen women at 50 years old, maybe.
Yeah, listen,
rise off a girl at 21 years old. I'm telling you, everything is all in order. She got it all going on. It's popping.
Yeah, man.
Okay? Popping.
Yeah, man.
And she's good to go still. Engines very well. No high mileage. Might have a high age, but the mileage on the engine is very good. And it revs well. Okay? So, again, you can go many places. As I mentioned earlier, I've lived in Bavaro. Bavaro was nice. Punta Cana. You got more extranjeros there, though.
What's that? For those that doesn't know.
Foreigners, you got more like Europeans. Got a lot of Russians down there, a lot of Europeans.
Is that in Barbaro?
In Barbaro, yeah.
Okay,
I used to live down there in this.
I not say that I haven't really, because I haven't really seen them, I'm not going to lie. But then again, I'm still a baby in a cradle.
There's a lot. I used to live in a private gated community. There's a lot of them down there.
We don't live in a private gated community, so we don't do that.
Yeah, so I mean, I just wanted to be somewhere quiet. Yeah. But the thing is that I didn't really get that DR experience like being around the Dominicans, because when I was down there was a lot of Europeans, a lot of Russian girls. Yeah, a lot. And there's a lot of Venezuelans down there. You know, everybody's hustling, doing their thing. But a lot also working the hotels too.
I love Barbaro Farusa. I love it because that's where you get.
Oh, you used to go to Fruisa.
Fruisa. See, my Spanish is bad. He knew what I was saying, but my Spanish is bad.
Oh, you go down there?
We literally, well, not we. Well, I spend a lot of time with my girls. So, I've got my place in Port Platte, but I spend a lot of time with my girls. So, I use the wrong word we because it's not her house. Her place is literally 5 minutes by the Monte Coin, 5 minutes on a solar.
Fruisa is okay.
I love Fruisa. You know what I love about it? It's a mixture between, you've got a lot of Haitians and Dominicans mixing together.
Yeah. There's a lot of stores. It's a big main road. There's a lot of stores.
A lot of stores.
All electricals. Everything. It's all on that store.
Clothes stores, furniture.
Everything's there.
I love it. It's my type of, and it's so tranquilo. Don't get me wrong, when the sun goes down, it does get a bit saucy there, the women come out and
you've got the other bar called there's a bar that everyone goes to. I can't remember the name of it now in Barbara, but there's a bar where all of the girls go to down there. It's the big bar and it's very popular. I just can't remember the name right now, but it's a bar that everyone goes to.
Well, I love Fruisa.
But again, down there the dollar is the real currency, not the peso.
Wow.
Like, taxis, they're going to ask you for the dollar down there. Wow. And if a man's narrative is to knock down buildings, they're going to ask you for the dollar down there. Yes, because Punta Cana.
You heard it? Well, Barbaro.
Well, Barbaro, Punta Cana, Alta Gracia, same shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. So,
you will get proposition with the dollar. Yes, you will.
Okay.
That's what's running down there.
It's best that those who want that got to stay in sosua.
Not necessarily. It's good to have an open mind and see and experience the best hotels are down there.
Oh yeah, I stayed in the Rio.
Rio's nice.
But you know
I've
what?
been there.
The food was.
Hard Rock Cafe is nice.
Never been there.
Melly is nice.
Never been there. I mean, the Rio was lovely. Nice. But the food was just, see, I only eat seafood. I don't eat meat, so I suppose that kind of made it a hard experience to eat there. But
Punta Cana, Barbaro is great. It's a beautiful place.
I love La Vega as well. La
Vega's nice. I've been there for the carnival many years ago.
I went to the carnival last year.
All the horses and shit.
Actually, last year. This year, shall I say, I went.
You did?
February,
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice people down there.
Yeah.
I mean, again, those are the places where you can go and meet nice. And they're fine down there.
And what I heard through the grapevine is that, because my lady's from Banao, so I heard is all the Dominican men go to Banao for their wife, because at the end of the day, you've got a lot of women that are, they're country girls, isn't it?
They're more subservient. Let's put it in the right way. They're more subservient.
Okay, yeah. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. They are.
They're a lot more than other places where they'll be more cityfied. They'll be more professional, like your Santiago's and your Santo Domingos. They're more business. The women are really about their paper as well, because they're big cities.
I don't even want to get into that segment.
Goodies everywhere. I'm just telling you.
No, not in that respect. Someone made a comment the other day, but I don't know if I should even get into that. But someone made a comment the other day. Sorry, folks, I'm just watching the time limit, so forgive me if I keep looking at the camera like I'm seeing something I'm not. It's that I've got to check the time. So, I ain't going to get into that. Because this interview's about this. So, but you're right, subservient, yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I will call myself, a lot of people call me a male chauvinist pig, which is a Western term.
No.
I mean, I love it. I love the fact that my woman runs around. I love it.
Women here respect a strong man. as strong.
Whoa!
They do like
Whoa! You know what? Pause.
They say machismo, but they're like a strong guy. A man that's strong, and he's really.
I had this conversation with one of my bedrooms long time ago, and I said to him, one thing I've realized about Dominican women, they don't like soft men.
No.
They don't like soft men.
They are bedroom bullies.
They want you to take. I ain't gonna go too graphic, but I'm gonna say this. Me love underneath, north.
Yeah.
But at the same time, growing up in England, you can't just take what you want. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
So, my lady, she said, listen, when you want me, just take me enough. Now, hold on. For me, I'm like, boy, that's all, as a man, any man's like, what?
Yes.
Like,
and it's not something that you're used to when you're coming from the Western world.
Because so it's like you almost freeze up like, look, what? Are you serious, right?
I can relate to
yes,
everything
this
you're
is
saying.
Yours.
I relate to everything you're saying because I know, not just from my experience now in marriage, but I'm talking about even before. A girl will say to you, over here, they say, no, papi, I said to you.
It's yours.
Yes. Cuando tú quieres,
you take what you
no
want.
importa qué hora,
yeah, it's yours.
I said to you.
That's yours.
And she's saying, no matter what time of the day or night, you can knock that down.
Yes.
She could be sleeping. If you want to blaze that, she said blaze it now.
Me
and that's any time of the day. You could be on your whip and you want to draw down on that. She said, well, let me just find somebody computer, pull over. I'll give you that.
I was told, she said this to me, basically, you're my husband. It's my duty to please you,
they give you that,
if I don't,
somebody else will.
All right.
And they know that. They
know that.
That's why they keep their game tight. Because they know
they got competition.
Because as you go on road, they know the woman are looking at you. They give you eye contact. Straight as you get on the road and your woman's with you. Because women here, it's all about the eye contact.
She told me a woman will steal your man. If a woman knows your and that woman's man's good, she'll try and
yes.
him.
Because if you're knocking on the wall properly, they will be on you.
Take him.
They're on you. That's why they don't like to have too many amigas, many friends. They always try to be solo. They don't want to have too much friend around them because especially when she looks too happy, they know that you're giving it to her properly. And you're taking care of all business.
Yes.
All business.
Yes.
And they see that, they'll be like, boy, I need to draw next to this brother because he's doing something right over here. I need to get a piece of that on the low.
And it's not only one, I hear that from many Dominican women.
They don't trust other women.
Other women.
They don't trust, period.
And she told me that.
Period.
Many Dominican women
and if another woman even chats to you, what's she talking about? What does she want? They're very suspicious. And believe you me, I flip the script. Because they love so hard and good, the flip side to that, they will chop your dick off too.
No, for real.
And I'm telling you right now, because they love so hard.
So hard, passionate.
More than you probably experience in your own country.
Because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of alien.
It blows you away in the beginning.
At one point, I had to say to my lady, like, look, man, I'm not a fucking baby. Yeah. Leave me alone. Like I can do that.
Because their duty is to do everything for you.
And I find with Dominican women, if you try and go into the kitchen and try and even make yourself something, it's almost like you're taking away their
duty.
No.
Because as women, their duty, they have their what's. It's like they're raised that way. When they're raised as young kids, young women, they're raised to be brought up to look after a man and have a man in their life. They're raised that way. Yeah.
So what would you say to the English brothers, man? Like,
boy, the man in the UK.
Let's talk to the UK man, because let's keep it real, right? And right now, before we even get there, because you know me, I always keep it real. We're running on 28 minutes for this part 2 because I'm filming in 4K. It only gives me like 32 minutes, so. Because I want to really do it, because we kind of digress because there's so much things. So, but I want to kind of aim certain things at the UK man them, because I just find with the UK man them, and I've spoken to many bedrooms, bro, get over here. Bro, get over here. I've got mans them my age, they're unhappy, they're miserable, you know, and this is just no disrespect to my UK sisters, because I've got some good UK sisters over there that hold it down for their man.
Come and look, man,
but let's
I mean, it's an open door, man. It's a revolving door, man. They can come and find what.
Well,
they're
let's
looking
keep
for
it
too.
real. There's a lot of men that are miserable back home. Let's keep it real, like you said, didn't it?
Yeah.
The different bedrooms, sleeping.
Look, listen,
it happens.
I never had an asphyxiation or a reason that England's going to be my home forever. I never thought England was my home, and I'm born there. Reason why I say that to you, because I was always reminded that I'm like a visitor. Yeah, only reason is I speak like them, but do I look like them? No. So I knew my place from I was a youth. I knew, and I had my experiences from traveling where in my mind I always knew one day I'm going to be somewhere else because I knew this was not my home. Now, when I moved to a place like this, I'm the majority, I'm not a minority. I'm looking at a white man and saying, how long are you staying here for? What are you doing here? I mean, you know what I mean? Because I look like everybody else around here. So I'm good. I don't have any problems here.
This is Big J Escape to the Dominican Republic. We are running overtime today, so we're going to come back with part 3. And we're going to talk about, we're going to talk to the UK man them, because I think that's very important. No disrespect to my American cousins, we just have to talk to, because, you know, you guys are good. You know, you guys are coming over here like it's nothing, but I need to talk to the UK man them. And I'm going to ask G about what has Dominican Republic done for his soul. I think that's important. I was on a quest to save my soul. And I have to say, and I always say this, Dominican Republic saved my life. And this was nothing to do with, you know, chicas or anything like that. No, it literally saved my life. I mean, those who know my story, my best friend died, you know, my marriage broke down, and well, I walked out my marriage, and I suffered from very bad depression. And was watching one of Taylor Made's videos at 4 a.m. in the morning. He was actually talking about depression. That's what led me here. So we're gonna come back with part 3, because we're running on overtime now. We're running on steroids right now, and we're going to talk to the UK man them. So for the American man them that don't want to switch on for that, don't tune into part 3. But you know, if you want to tune into part 3 and, you know, just to get the views up, cool. You know, I appreciate you all day long. But we're going to touch on the UK man them, and we're definitely going to touch on what Dominican Republic's done for G. So it's Big J, Escape to the Dominican Republic. Peace and love, manners and respect, and I'll see you in part 3. Blessings.